Copyright fair use. Okay, I'm not going to make any money out of this. I'm just trying to clarify some stupid statements supposedly a rapper called MIA made. She is of Sri Lankan, East Indian descent, so she's a Sri Lankan, which is like a piece of South Asia. Okay, I mean, Elder Malcolm brought out years ago she could be an Israelite foreigner, because she could spit. I haven't heard of recent things. The guy here, Phil, whose channel this is, he's just going off her what the comment that she's made. Off I don't know, is it Instagram? Yeah, Instagram. So he's reacting to it. He's saying that she don't really rap or whatever. She grew up near where I live. I think she's from Hounslow, which is a part of West London, a little small town. Same area as that Naomi Scott, who's in Power Rangers, the 2017 version. Who Naomi Scott's mother is an Elamite. She could be Jake, her mother. I don't know. But her father, I believe, is an Edomite or an Israelite foreigner. I'm not sure. Naomi Scott, that fine thing that's in Power Rangers 2017. The dark-haired, sort of like tan skin tone. Because in the Power Rangers 2017, there were a couple of nice-looking women. Within the bunch of the Power Rangers, there were some nice-looking girls. Nevertheless, just letting you know, there's quite a few famous people from, that have made it in America. Well, not made it, but, well, the world would see that they made it, but they haven't really made it. We know what they need to do to acquire the things they have in this world. One second. Oh. Okay. Nevertheless, she's made a dumbass statement. Says she doesn't like BLM because of this. They focus on skin tone. Fuck BLM anyway. All right, it's run by a bunch of lesbian black women, but headed by Edomites, and all the members, I believe, are Edomites. And when there's bullshit going on, burning down of buildings and spraying up of buildings and stuff like that, all the people there are doing it are Edomites. So it's just a name. BLM is basically just an Edomite organization, a cracker organization. And let's go into the video what she's going to say. She's going to talk about the Most High and stuff, right? Let's
pop. I don't know. MIA. You remember her, like the song "Paper Planes" and things like that. Which
no, about all the suffering because that always perpetually, which is not our body.
Sure. Let's go check this out.
We are made in the likeness of God, which is not our body, which is not our skin tone, which is why I don't support BLM, because that always perpetually tells you, hey, it's about your skin tone. It's about all the suffering because of our skin tone. No, the spirit is the spirit, and it's of God.
Now she goes on about skin tone, but who made skin tone a factor? Who made skin tone a factor? Wasn't these Edomites, these Caucasians? How come she's not going on at the white man saying, oh, why did you Caucasian people make skin tone a factor? They made skin tone a factor. We didn't. The whole world is brown. The Edomites, they made it a factor. You know why? Because they don't have skin tone. The so-called white man, the Caucasian, the pig-skinned devil, made it a issue. All right? We Israelites didn't. Okay? If it's not important, right? Skin tone isn't important. Why do they push this? Pursuant to the book of Maccabees, they made the heathen, pursuant to 1 Maccabees 3:48, the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. This is how they made God look. This is how they made the Messiah look. When they crucified him a second time, they made him look like Caesar Borgia or Serapis Christus. Yeah? That's not even the image of the Messiah. Let's go back. The image of the Messiah. And that's not the image of God. All right. So when you type in God or Jesus or whatever, that's what pops up. The Edomite images. Now this is the images of the Messiah. That's the image of the Most High. All right. Actually, that's a white garment, so I believe that could be image of Yahweh Shai, yeah, because he's got his hands raised up, so he's praying to the Most High. Salakia, that's the image of his Majesty Yahweh Shai and his supreme Majesty. Let's go to images of Yahweh. His image of, let's go images. Should be image of the Most High, yes. And that's the images of Yahweh there. That's the Most High sitting on the throne. That's the Most High. All right. We didn't make it an issue. The so-called white man created the issue. All right, because in this captivity will be known as bywords and proverbs. Okay, black, which means negative, void of light. The so-called white man calls himself white when he's really pink or red, same as a pig. And white means pure, you know, good, godly, all positive words. All right, when you got so-called black people, Israelites, tribe of Judah specifically, as well as the West Indians and Haitians, Levi and Benjamin and Levi, they have this, different brown skin tones as well. Some of them are lighter than you, all right, and curly hair. Some have wavy type curlyish hair, like curly fries. Some have dark skin tone. Even the darkest Jake is not black. So why is that term there? And even the term BLM, Black Lives Matter. You should know that. And this bitch is always wearing like a scarf over her head, like she's like, what's her name? The Red Riding Hood. Yeah. And her face is annoying as well. Let's play it.
And that is, no, the Spirit is the Spirit, and it's of God. And that is, we are made in the image of God. Our spirit is made in the image of God. It is way beyond our color of our skin.
Okay, true. But then again, the body that we have, there's a spirit inside us. Okay? And the Most High is a spirit, but he also has a body. And he can do that. All right? So color is a factor because it's in the scriptures. All right? Why don't you ever talk about the fact that the so-called white man made images of himself and he made color a factor, but you don't specify on that. You don't shine the light on that. Okay? We know you sold out. We know that you married a small hatter son. All right? This guy here, where's he gone? That's the father, the small hatter, right? He's basically, this is like the same situation as Diana Ross. Diana Ross had a child with a cracker, with a small hat tunnel digger, right? And her son looks like a light-skinned black man. That's what you call a tear, the parallel between the wheat and the tears. And she had a child, this concubine here, right, with this guy called Benjamin Bronfman. That's the guy there. See, he's got Negroesque features, curly hair, because this Amalekite had a ninja woman as a concubine. He had this guy. Because, just like they did in the ancient world, like Amalekite trying to hide himself. Okay, because Amalek's hoping that, okay, when slavery begins, and if they got to go into it, his son, he'll come back as one of his sons or grandsons' seed, and he won't go into slavery because that color will be back. Hence the reason why he probably asked his son, Benjamin Bronfman, marry a woman of color. Make sure you have children with a woman of color. Make sure she's brown because we got to get the color back. Okay, I look into these things spiritually. And it was done in the past as well. That's what East Amalek tries to do, to try to get their color back. That's why you got some of them are kind of funny looking, they're kind of Arab looking, but they're still Amalekites because they're trying to get their color back, but they're not gonna. All right, they're not gonna. Okay, this is who she's married to. Rapper MIA has one child, a son named Akid Edgar Arula Bronfman, with her ex-partner Benjamin Bronfman. The couple never married and split up in February 2013. She was just another concubine. She's probably an Israelite foreigner, which I think, all right? She could be Elam. I don't know, but I think she's Jake. All right, because remember Isaiah 11:11, Jake is scattered everywhere, right? Okay. And the same way, he had a concubine, and this heathen was born. This heathen had a child with her. All right. So this Edgar Bronfman Jr. or Edgar Bronfman, the billionaire, American businessman, filmmaker, theater producer, media executive. All right. And he was previously a CEO of Warner Music Group from 2004 to 2011. So this guy is in there. All right. And this is Edgar Bronfman Sr. All right. So you've got three generations there: Esau, Amalek. Okay, that's Benjamin's father here. That's another Edgar Bronfman Jr. And then you got his son. So grandfather, son, and then you got grandson here. Okay, I mean, this heathen probably came back as his son here. Whose son? What's the child's name? A kid Edgar Arula Bronfman. All right. Why don't you talk about that? She's just talking about this bullshit. You know why? Because I tell you one thing: a lot of all these so-called famous people are coming out with all these different news snippets about relationships and P Diddy and R Kelly, and they don't talk about all the so-called white people, the small hatters, that have their little islands and things like that. What's that guy? What's that Edomite's name, man? The pedophile island. Epstein, yeah, Epstein. All about Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island. They don't talk about that. You know why she's coming out with all this kind of stuff? So people, especially so-called black people, because they're going to go into a hoopla about this, so they can watch all this, right? And while they're doing all this, Esau, the so-called white man, is making major changes in the backgrounds. So when things do take place, all right, Los Angeles is like a Hawaii. Los Angeles is a little beginning. Okay, when things really take place, when Jacob's trouble goes down, the Karagma, the RFID chip is implemented, it's going to hit you like a tidal wave. You know why? Because you're focusing on things that aren't even important. This bitch talking about, you're focusing on color and God is a spirit and skin color doesn't matter. Yeah, if skin color doesn't matter, right? Why did the so-called white man paint himself? Why don't you, Why don't you, Sri Lankan woman, or whatever you are, right? Focus on skin tone, right? That the so-called white man has implemented. He's pushed his skin tone, or the lack of, or lack thereof, around the world. Why don't you focus on that? All right, because the Lord, right, has a look, all right, and it's in the scriptures. Why don't you talk about go into the Bible and look into that? Okay, and you're a Hindu as well, right? I could tell because you're Sri Lankan. How come your gods are painted blue? Don't they have a skin tone? Now, if they were painted pink or pale white, I mean, yeah, you'd like that, won't you? Though, but why are they painted blue? How come the colors change? Isn't a skin color a factor there as well? The heathenistic gods that your people worship. Yeah. So the Most High has a look. John 4:24. God is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. And the book of Revelation 1, all right, all the way to 14. Let's go there actually. Book of Revelations 1 to 14, KJV. Okay, here's a look. Let's go back. I'm not going to read the part of the main. I'm just going to read the look of Yahweh Shai, His Majesty, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. A real name, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. His head and his hairs were white like wool. Okay, that's lamb's wool, afro, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Okay, wisdom, anger, okay, knowledge. All right. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters. So he's got brown skin and a loud, bassy, powerful voice. Okay, and the sun's going to look like his father, right? Okay, so we're supposed to worship the Most High in spirit, and we're supposed to worship the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai in spirit and in truth. Here's what the Lord looks like. Daniel 7 verse 9. I behold till the thrones were cast down. And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. What's the hair of the head? What's the hair like of the Most High? Ancient of Days, that's the Most High. Like the pure wool. That's an afro. All right. King Solomon said that my skin is black upon me. Okay. The apostles were called niggers. All right. Acts 13, verse 1, I believe. King James Version. Okay. Let's go. Yep. Acts 13, verse 1. And now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manaen, which had been brought up with the Herod, the Tetrarch, and Saul. All right. White people, Edomites don't call themselves ninjas or niggers. All right. Nigger's not a racist word. It just means dark skin. All right. The Esau, the so-called white man, had made it into a racist word because they said it in such a way it sounded racist. All right. Okay. And we're supposed to believe the record that the Lord left of his son. 1 John 5 and 10. He that believeth on the Son of the Most High hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not the Most High hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that the Most High Yahweh gave of his son Yahushai. The Lord left a record. But you idiots talk about skin color is not a factor. Skin color is a factor when it comes to the truth. Skin color is a factor of what the Most High looks like, what his son looks like, what his people look like. All right, I'm not going to talk about Israelite foreigners because, yeah, Israelite foreigners are scattered to the four corners of the earth. And some today we look different. But in the kingdom that's going to be on this planet earth and beyond, we're going to get our original look back. Ain't no Israelite going to be in the kingdom with yellow hair and pigskin. All right? Any Jakes like that are beamed up, that are of the elect on this side, will get their look back as soon as their bodies are changed, if they're part of that greater number. Or even the 144, because there are some prophets that teach that look like that. All right, but for the most part, color is a factor. All right? And yes, there is a spirit, but that spirit resides in a body. And why do people harp on about skin color? It's because they say that dark skin is dirty, that dark skin is ugly, that dark skin, is meaningless, And you should know, a rapper MIA, you're being South Asian and all, you should know that even your people, you could be Jake, all right? Elder Malcolm, I did say that you were Jake. He made a video a while back, right? All right? Skin tone is a factor. Skin color is a factor, all right? It's called an inferiority complex because the so-called white man has turned everything upside down and made their skin color, which is a lack thereof, the ideal look of beauty. So basically having no pigment, no skin tone, getting burnt in the sun is beauty. That's why you got a lot of West Indians trying to bleach their skin, a lot of Benjaminites, and you got a lot of Elamites and Israelite foreigners in India and different parts of the world trying to lighten their skin. Even Latinos trying to lighten their skin, get blue eyes and things like that idiot Cali Muscle has done. If you're born with blue eyes or green eyes, that's cool because we get that naturally anyway. But you got Jake out there. If you look at all these people that actually go to these places to get blue eyes, green eyes artificially, if you look at them, they're either black, Hispanic, or Italian, Sicilian, or even and Arabs and Elamites. It's all people of color because it's an inferiority complex. Skin bleaching is an inferiority complex. Why don't you talk about that? And if people talk about skin color, especially dark skin, they talk about it, it's because they've been told so long that dark skin ain't shit. They ain't shit. Made to feel like less than nothing. So obviously they're going to talk about, our skin color is the best thing. That's why they say the term, black don't crack. You could see an Israelite, a Judite so-called black man. He could be like 60 years old and he'll look like he's 35, 40 years old. Even if he has a gray beard, his skin will look like he's like in his 20s. And if he dyed his beard black and dyed his hair black, his salt and pepper hair black, he'll look like in his late 20s. A perfect example is those two idiots, the Hodge twins. They're light-skinned and all right? But Tommy Sotomayor was interviewing them, or they were having a little chit-chat together on one of their podcasts. And Tommy Sotomayor looks terrible. He's about 50. And he thought the Hodge twins were in their late 20s. And they do look like they're in their late 20s. But the Hodge twins are 50 years old. That's an example. And I don't know why she's doing this. It's just to sort of put the spotlight on frivolous things, So, Jake especially is going to gravitate towards this because she is like, who asked MIA her opinion on FBA? This FBA thing, foundational Black American, another byword, same as colored, then Negro, African American, Afro American, now foundational Black American. And foundational Black Americans are against West Indians. One day against Math Hoffa, because he's a West Indian. And even though he's a fag, what's that guy's name? Buster Rhymes. Then when they're against him, because he's West Indian as well. They're saying that he's taking from Black culture. They're trying to divide up the tribes. Okay, and Jakes are gonna gravitate towards this, focus on bullshit, frivolous things like this, and and then they're gonna do things behind the background, so because to eliminate Jake. And Jakes are gonna get caught off guard, man, when Jacob's trouble kicks in, because Jacob's trouble is around the corner. Jacob's trouble is everybody's trouble, but you Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right, and you Israelite foreigners, because this is spiritual as well, are the target. Especially if you're an Israelite foreigner that's and you look brown or black. I mean, so-called black. All right, but we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know what Satan's doing. Let's see what she says.
The sex and the gender and all of what postcode I live in, what my bank account says, all of that is secondary.
The sex and gender is very important as well, because let me see what she says again.
It's of God, and that is, we are made in the image of God. Our spirit is made in the image of God. It is way beyond our.
The so-called white man's not made in the image of God, by the way. They look like demons. All right. Everyone is made in the image. They initially had color, but they're entities they're the sons of the wicked, and that's a deeper story. But let's keep it moving. All right.
Color of our skin, the sex and the gender and all of what postcode I live in, what my bank account says, all of that is secondary. All of that is what.
When she says postcode, that means your was it area code? What do you guys call it up in America? Is it area code? Let me just find out again. What do they call postcodes in America? Oh yeah, zip code. It's your zip code. When it's a postcode, she's referring to zip codes. We call it a postcode over here in the UK.
The spirit is the spirit, and it's of God. And that is, we are made in the image of God. Our spirit is made in the image of God. It is way beyond our color of our skin, the sex and the gender and all of what postcode I live in, what my bank account says. All of that is secondary. All of that is what my mind is capable of creating. The prisons I'm able to build around myself with my.
Okay, so I don't know if she got a new album.
All right. Let's get out of that. I addressed most of the bullshit she was spewing. Like I said, it's just frivolous. It doesn't mean anything. She's not saying anything. She's told to say all that. And she's always dressed like Red Riding Hood as well. And she used to have this glow on her face many, years ago. Now she looks terrible. I thought she was attractive once, but then you look at her, and she, anyway, it looks like she's gone through the ringer. She's definitely done them rituals because she's made it to a certain degree, and she had a child with the Amalek. Where is he again? Yeah, look, a billionaire. All right. In March 2013, Bronfman filed a restraining order against MIA to prevent her from taking their son out of the country. See, he knows how the seed is important. Because the son that he's had is probably Edgar Bronfman Sr., his grandfather, possibly back as a child of color. And his father probably said to him, get yourself a woman, all right? You don't want a so-called black woman, you're not attracted to them, get yourself a woman of color anyway, someone dark-skinned, because, you're my son, you're my seed, you have a son, my grandson, he'll be looking like a brown boy with curly hair. So, Amalek, man, trying to hide himself. Amalek is carnal as fuck. I can see what they're trying to do. But anyway, man, she ain't saying nothing. But she's just saying something for the idiots out there that are going to gravitate towards this while Esau's making major changes in the government or the lack of the government or trying to throw down the government, as well as crashing the economy, as well as everything, and the above with regards to the fall of the so-called white man's kingdom. But it's going to catch you jakes off guard, man, especially when you're paying attention to bullshit, things like that. You can watch it if you want. I'm watching it, but there's a bigger picture, and the bigger picture is the movie of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, which is focusing on Yahweh Hashem Yashai, praying in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, and watching the news, picking the meat from the bones, and then watching the apostles of Great Millstone on down, and they will break it down in the greater detail, and you'll understand it, because they are the men of the Lord. I urge you to do that. The rest is upon you. If you don't watch it, you don't take heed to the truth, and it's not for you. Therefore, you are blinded from the start. There's an angel blocking the truth. Okay, as the scriptures say, the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Then I guess you're just part of the 2/3 that are going to die on this side. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai B'Hashem Rakak B'Dash Mawatha Bad Babal Kwam Yashra Shalom.